And guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I'm out here in my shop, and I've gone about as far as I can go tonight, and besides, it's getting pretty late. That's night, that's not day. And what I was doing during the day today was a lot of landscaping and stuff. I mowed the lawn. I know it's pretty dark. And we cut all the grass over in there, and we put down black plastic, and we're mulching that whole area. Had to go get more, and we've done some planting, but we got more to do. Anyway, that's why I didn't get much done in the shop today. But I started changing the oil. I've got the oil drain there, and you can see the cap that's going to go on there in the morning after it dries. Well, maybe not in the morning, because I'm glad we drained it, because there was a little bit of water that came out at the very last. It had all drained out, and there were just a few dribbles, and I don't know if you can see it in there or not. I don't know. I'm going to leave it open overnight anyway. And as you can see, I took the top cover off because I was concerned about maybe being lots of gobbledygooks down there. This had been in a barn for a couple of years before I bought it, and but it's relatively clean down in there. I'm going to blow it out. I've replaced the spark plugs already, and the original ones were in pretty decent shape. Look at that. See if it'll focus on it. Come on. There you go. Well, you get the idea anyway. They're pretty clean, and they probably could have gone a whole lot longer. So, but I had bought new ones, and so we're putting new ones in. They're already in, and I had to change the gap on them from what they came out of the box. These were 32 thousandths, so that's what we made them. And I was going to put the oil back in tomorrow, but in the process of taking the shroud off, I had to take the dipstick tube off. And the dipstick tube is broken. And they very cleverly fixed it, sort of, kind of maybe, by putting a piece of copper tube inside of it. But I'm not going to go for that. It probably works okay, and I didn't notice, but the thing was covered with dirt and grime and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm going to see about ordering a new one. I got the valve covers off, ready to adjust the valves. These are set at 4 thousandths. I think they're about 6 right now, so I'm going to wait till tomorrow because it's so late. And I'll adjust those. And just a little bit of a tip, when you're taking the valve covers off, it's not a matter of just pulling the 2 nuts off of the studs, but there are also a couple of washers that go on these. See if I can pull it out of here, that have rubber O-rings in them. And they did not come with a new valve cover gasket, so I was careful in taking them off, and I can use them over again. But the valve cover will not come off unless you get those things loosened up a little bit. Yep. And then I unscrewed them off of the studs. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll get those adjusted tomorrow, like I said, and put it all back together. I have the original choke cable that came off of the lawnmower that this came from. It was a Massey, not a Massey Ferguson, but a Massey something or other. And so for me to hook it up to the original setup back there, it comes up just ever so short. Look at that. And it comes in from the wrong side too. And yeah. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do, I have to make new mounts for the seat, and I think I'm going to mount both the choke lever and the throttle lever, which is right there, on the seat mount. And we'll see how that works out. But that's what I'm thinking about, because I have both of those cables. Oh yeah, I kept the dashboard off of that mower, as you can see here. And part of the reason I kept it is because it had all of the idiot lights on it, except for that one there that was burnt out. And I don't need all of them, and I don't need a neutral safety switch because it's not set up that way with this. But I have the whole wiring harness. And one of the things that this is going to help me with, I'm not going to use all of this wiring harness. There's only 3 wires coming off of the motor over there. And that's these 3 right here. Red with 2 white stripes, and a white with a blue stripe. Well, 2 blue stripes, or is that a blue with a white stripe? I guess it's a blue with a white stripe. So I'm going to trace that through, and I know that it goes up to the ignition switch. It even has the solenoid with it. It had the original ignition switch with it, but it's pretty well corroded, so I'm not going to be using that. That's why I already bought a new one that fits the wiring harness for our Emperor itself. But we'll trace the wires, and this panel here, I have the idiot light panel for that. Let's see, where is it? Here it is, right here. And I know that one of these, this one right here, is for the oil pressure. Not sure what that one is. I'll have to look that up. But the colors are all labeled on the back of it. And I do have the oil pressure switch over there still. So what I may do is I may put an oil pressure gauge on it, just to keep an eye on it. We don't going to have any headlights, so we don't got to worry about that. And I will do a little investigation, see what that unit there is about. Not sure. But yeah, I would like to know what the charging system is doing too. I look back at the video when I started this engine, when it was still in the original lawnmower frame, and it was charging, but it wasn't super duper. Of course, I had just finished charging the battery, so maybe it was just because the battery didn't need any more charging. But yep, we can see where our wiring goes to, and this one here obviously is our kill switch, and so that'll take care of that one. This one here appears to be going, well, where is it going? Can't see. Oh, it's coming down here to the solenoid on the bottom of the carburetor. So I don't actually have to have that one. And this one here is for the charging system. So we'll see. Anyway, it might work better with this on it. The engine ran beautifully, so I'm not going to monkey with it too much. But the top had been off of it because a couple of the bolts were missing, and these panels don't line up perfectly, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of that. Alright, now one more thing. I had showed you this gas tank, and I had an incident with the John Deere that I put that little round gas tank on today. I didn't fill it up before I started mowing today, and I ran out of gas. So I'm thinking, well, I can use that one, make sure the gas tank is full before I start, because obviously this 12.5 is going to suck up a little more gas than the 5 horsepower, I would think. But what did I do with it? somewhere here. There it is, down underneath there. I found, when I was going through my shop today looking for stuff, I came up with another vintage gas tank. And this one here is not as in good shape inside as the little orange one. And the outside, it's got a lot of crusty paint on it. And I do have the original mounting bracket for it, and I have the straps. And I thought that, similar to the other one, I could mount this up here. I would get rid of the bottom section of this, and because I don't need the bottom pieces, no place for them to hang on there anyway. But that's what I'm thinking about. So I'm working at it every little bit of chance I get, and that's what I've had, just a little bit of chance. I guess I've been out here since, what did I say, it's after 11 now. I guess I've been out here since about 9:30 when I got back. So, and this one has a nice solenoid that was mounted behind the dash. So yeah, and a couple of good cables for the batteries, which I already have battery cables. Anyway, I'm starting to babble now. So in the morning, I'll put my cap back on here, and I think I'm going to put that dipstick tube back on just so I can try and start this. If I have time tomorrow, I'm going to try and start this once I get the valves all adjusted and get all the pieces put back on it, just so we can all hear it run. You know what I mean? So that's the whole idea. And Lord willing, I will put up another video tomorrow of our first start on the Ariens. So until then, this is George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I don't know how to flip this around. Let me see if I hit this button here. I know you can. That paused it. What's that one do? Nope, that one doesn't do it. There's supposed to be a button on here so you can flip it around, but anyway, so you don't get to see me this time. Till next time, thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And I'm got about 3,910 subscribers now, so we got about 90 subscribers to go before our big giveaway drawing. Till next time, bye for now.